Hey folks, Ryan here from Mista Rau's Gaming, and oh my goodness gracious, does my video seem choppy tonight? Oh my goodness gracious, I don't know what's going on with that. Okay, well, as long as you're able to hear me, I really think, my goodness gracious, my face cam seems to be all over the place tonight. I don't know what that's all about. Anyway, welcome to another lovely Tuesday evening. I am Ryan from Mista Rau's Gaming, but yeah, okay. I don't know. Must be something up with my webcam here tonight, but well, whatever. It is what it is. As long as the other camera, as long as this camera is going to be just fine for us, I don't care about this other camera in front of me. I think I just need to maybe reset it. Maybe not. I don't know what to do. Anywho, yes, welcome to another lovely Tuesday evening where we're going to be doing a little bit of a playthrough of The White Castle from Devir Games. And yes, I got a whole bunch of lovely individuals into the chat here tonight. Ryan Espin from the Tabletop Express. Welcome, sir. Another fellow good-looking Ryan in the chat here. We got Tyler in the chat here. Hey, he's saying hey all and hey Ryan. I don't know if he's saying hi to me or if he's saying hi to Espin or anything, but we got Danny in the chat here as well, and we've got Sarah is in the chat here as well. Thank you. Looking forward to the playthrough. He's saying not seeing the chop, but we do see some sweet shades. Yeah, we've got old speckled Ryan here tonight. Yeah, just the old eyes are starting to creep up on me here, so got to get the glasses out just so I can see things and see. My monitors are quite far away. Well, hopefully that's not. I've got a brand new monitor set up here in the background. I got a 2 monitor now, 3 monitors if you include my laptop setup going on in between here, but what do we got going on in here? Oh yeah, it's a little chop. It's like a max. Oh my goodness gracious. And then and Jesse, welcome Jesse to the chat here. It says hello governor. I hope that's the accent you're going for. Yeah, okay. That chop is really starting to bother me. So maybe let's just hop on it. You know what? There's not much of an update to go on for the channel here, so I'm just gonna actually just switch on over to the gameplay area, and hopefully maybe that is gonna be a little bit better. Maybe that's a little bit smoother. Yeah, that doesn't look very choppy at all. Yeah, the game board here. Yeah, there we go. Tyler saying the 3 monitor setup may do it just a little bit. I think I might just actually, do you know what? I think I might just have to reset my my webcam here, but I'm not going to do that in the middle of the stream for us tonight. How's everybody doing? Oh my goodness gracious! It's been a hot minute since last Thursday when we did the cavern playthrough, which was really lovely and really a lot of fun. Tonight we're going to be taking a look at and tackling The White Castle. Nice little game by Devir Games. Actually, I'm impressed of how much gameplay Devir can pack into such a smaller box, especially with what do they call it? This is like, I've seen tri-full boards and quad-full boards. This is like an 8 section board that all folds up really nicely into the little box for it. Man, what they can do with so little space is actually really impressive. And these nice little cardboard bridges that they have too here is really lovely. I had a little troubles, shaky fingers trying to put them together, but they are really nice. Kind of brings out the nice aesthetic. Their components are just absolutely fantastic in this game, from the nice little wooden meeples, and especially the round marker here of this nice big like dragon koi thingamajigger, to the nice little player turn birds. And then we got our meeples, and we've got like the custom shaped meeples and everything like that. Man, lots of stuff going on here. Okay, the box size is the best part. He says, yeah, it's just a nice little sized box here. Yeah, I really kind of, and Devir, they kind of have like they have like three main like box sizes. They got like the smaller box. They kind of got like, then they got the square box, and then they got kind of like the big game box here thing. Barely been able to fit it all back into the box. Sure makes you feel like it's good value. Yeah, you know what? Right. When there's so much stuff, you know what? Actually, I haven't even tried putting it back in the box. Since I've unpacked it, it's just actually been on my table for the past little while here. So I actually haven't even tried to put it all back into the box. Thanks for the heads up, Sarah, because I've just been enjoying the game so much that it's just actually been permanently set up here. Extra language rule books to me. Yeah, I kind of like tossed those aside. They're kind of like in a little folder somewhere in a different area, but I don't have those extra language rule books going around here. But I do keep them around in case I do end up selling the game afterwards. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, the White Castle here. Really neat game. Really neat game going on. And one thing that a lot of people will note right off the bat is the variability in the setup that ends up happening with this game. There are so many little things that go into setting up the game to make every experience very, very unique and a very much a big different puzzle along the way. So I thought I had actually tonight, usually I have everything is already all set up for the gameplays, but I think tonight, I am going to have to highlight setting up a game of White Castle because, there is a lot of nice neat little variability that is going on here. Everybody's going to get their little player board with their little resource trackers, and I really like it because they're kind of cut out, and there's nice little slots for your cubes to kind of just go up and down, and don't worry about having to get bumped or anything like that. We've got a resource tracker for food, iron, and mother of pearl here. We also got a spot for our 3 different types of meeples. We've got our couriers, we've got our gardeners, and then we've got our soldiers. I believe those are what they refer to them as. And then we've got the area of the board here where we are going to be taking our gardener actions, our castle actions, our training of our soldier actions, and then we got a couple little spaces down here along the bottom of the board. Let's go through a little bit of setup here. Let's do, which part should I do first? Okay, let's do the cards, because there are certain levels of the castle here, and they do have their own little action cards that go along the way. So there is a little set of action cards here that'll go along with the first level of the castle here. You kind of just give them a quick little how do you do, and then you kind of lay out 3 of them, 2, 3. And then you're going to do the same thing with the middle area of the castle here. And just going to go a couple of how do you do's just like that. And then I will put those up there. And then finally up at the top here, you're going to have some sort of a higher level card, and there is a small little deck of those as well. You kind of give a shot, but there's only going to be actually just one that goes into that area, and we'll pick this one here. Okay, and I'll put those ones off to the side there. So those are all set up, and now we're going to actually assign the dice colors to each of these different areas, because whatever dice you take and activate for the particular round, and depending where you put it, will actually end up activating the certain actions on the cards. Now, there are a whole bunch of these little chits here, and they are double-sided. There's a whole bunch of these little chits here that have dice on them and everything like that. And I have them all part in here. So I am just going to, what I did is I just kind of grabbed a little cloth bag from a different game, and just so I cannot see what I'm actually drawing, so that I can just fully randomize what's going to be on here. And Ryan here is asking promo components part of this one. Yeah, I did include the promo tiles that part of the setup, just because it wasn't very, they're not very much extra to incorporate, and their iconography is very consistent with the base game. Okay, so first off, what we're going to be looking for is we're going to look for one die of each color to put in the top space of each of the lower levels. So my first one here is there's a black die action spot. I'm going to grab another one here, and this one is a red die action spot, so which means this one over here is going to have to be a white die. Hopefully I draw a white die. Let's just find a white die here. There's one. And then you're going to go in order here. You're going to actually fill in the rest of the spots here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to fill in all of the spots left over here, following the rule that there has to be at least 2 different colors in each of the different room spaces. So as I start filling them in here, so this is a white dice action spot. This next one will be a red action spot. This number 3 is going to be a white action spot. This number 4, white action spot. Number 5 here is going to be a black action spot. And then we go back up over here to 6 is a red, so that's good. There's 2 different colors in that area. There's a white, so then there we go. Again, there's 2 different colors in that particular area. Number 8 here is a black one. So this area right here has 2 actions associated with taking a black die. Over here is going to be a black. So this one actually has all 3 different colors. And over on the side over here, we're going to have, oh, come on, red. So again, all 3 different colors. So this one, the lower levels, there's not many times where you're going to actually be doubling up an action on a particular card, which actually is a little bit harder for chaining combos together. And then there's the last spot. There's 2 spots down here, numbers 11 and 12 here. So you do want 2 different colors for that one as well. There we go. So we got a black and a white, but you're going to flip these ones over to their other side to see what their bonuses are, and ooh, 2 coins. So when we take up this action here, you're going to get all of the benefits from that area. Okay, I'll dump out the bag now. There's 3 dice tiles left over. That's okay, because that's the variability. Next thing we're going to set up here is the soldier area, and there's these nice big chunky soldier area tiles. They are also double-sided with a blue side and a yellow side, and that's going to correspond to whether or not you want it on the blue space, yellow space, blue space, yellow space. So I'll go ahead and I will start filling those in. So this one is a yellow space, so I get 2 of any resource, and it can be mix and matched. Then the blue space here is where I can take a gardener action. Over here, this is a blue space, so I can take a die action of any color from the castle, and I can do another soldier action. Whoops, no, that one needs to be a yellow side. What's the yellow side? Oh, 2 bumps up on the, what do they got? The time progression track, I believe is what it's called. Okay, so those main areas are all set up here. And it looks like Chris is in the house here. Welcome, 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 Chris, from the Tabletop Express. And yeah, it looks like the one area I always struggle with is the heron time. Yeah. The time track of the top here. I don't get very, very far on that one. So, okay. Let's just continue. There's a small little bit of setup left over. We do need to set up the garden area here. And there's 2 different decks of cards here. There's for the left spots and the right spots. So let's do the left spots first. There's room for 3 cards, and there are 5 in total. So we'll just give a quick shuffle here. And then we will fill in those spots here. That one, and that one right there. Setting those ones to the side, and then we do have to fill in the right area of the garden here. So we'll flip those over, and then we will set up that card, and that card. Okay. Those ones are all good. Okay, so the board is all set up for us to go. The board is all set up. Now we just have to finish setting up our little player area here. And for our little player area, we are going to definitely need our starting resources and then our starting action card here. And so how this actually works is in a multiplayer game, you would actually shuffle these up and you would deal out some pairs. You would pair up a action card with a starting resource card, and players would draft them. I like for this solo game, I think in the solo game you're allowed to choose. You're allowed to choose which ones that you want to pair up together. I like just doing it like just everything else part of the game. I like doing just random. So I'll take my starting resource card here and I will just randomly choose it. And it is going to be, I'm going to draw off the bottom here. And my starting resource card is going to give me, looks like 2 food, 2 iron, and 1 mother of pearl. So I'll make sure that I'll note those. So 2, 2, and 1. And then it also looks like that I'm going to start off with 4 coin. 1, 2, 3, 4 coin. And 1 daimio seal. 1 daimio seal for me. And then once that one's done, then we just flip it on over and we just put it back onto the bottom over here. And so that we end up having these lantern actions. And so every time that I get a lantern action right off the bat here, I'm guaranteed that I'm always going to get 1 food for that lantern action. Then for my starting resource, my starting action card here, I am going to get that I can take a soldier. Recruiting a soldier action. That is setting up the player area as well as setting up your meeples and everything in all the different places. I don't need that. And then lastly, since we are kind of simulating a 2-player game here, we are going to set up our dice. We have 3 dice of each of the different colors. We have 3 dice of the different colors here. And so we will roll those up. And we will lay them out on their bridges. And they go left to right, lowest value to highest value on each of the bridges. So in this case, I'll put a 2 on the side there, a 4 in the middle, and then a 5 on the edge here. For the black dice, we'll go a 1 over here. We'll go a 4 in the middle, and then a 5 on the edge. And then finally on the reds, we got 2, 3, and a 5. And that is the complete setup for the White Castle. I am going to be playing as the yellow player here, and our opponent is going to be the blue player. So in the solo game that comes in the rule book, that's going to be important here because I'm actually going to hopefully try to play through a couple games tonight. I'm going to play through the solo mode that is in the rule book that comes with the game. It is very, very difficult to defeat it, even on the easiest of difficulties. Easiest of difficulties meaning they just kind of start with nothing. No points advantage, no influence. Oh wait, do they start with an influence? Oh gosh, where did I put the rule book? It's right here in front of me. I'm pretty sure they don't start with any influence here. Let me just double check here. Easy mode, clan point. They start with 0 clan points, 2nd position on the counter, and 0 on the passage of time track. So they start with nothing, and yet they still absolutely just crush me. Everything. Yeah, so everything is all set up. Let's go ahead. Okay, wait. Oh, Tyler's got something here. He says the only way I've won against the AI come out on top. 52-47, but that was my best game ever. Wow. Okay. Just last night, I will let you know that I played this game, and AI opponent crushed me. They got 65 points, and I only managed to score 42 points. So let's hope we can. Let's hope that doesn't end up being the case for us tonight. So in the game of how many times did you play before? Yeah, okay, that's a very good question, Danny. That's a very good question. How many times did you play before winning? And yes, Ryan, I gotta believe tonight's the lucky night. I've got the power of the people on my side. I've got the chat. I've got everybody. Maybe we can all put our brains together to try to come up with what's the most decent moves. He thinks it was his third solo and fourth play in total. Oh, that you're doing much better. You're doing much better than me. You were doing much better than me. Okay, so let's kind of go over a quick little bit about the White Castle and what's going to happen here with us. White Castle takes place over 3 rounds, and in each of those rounds, you are only going to get 3 actions. Correct. You did the math correctly. You're only going to get 9 actions in total throughout the course of this game, which makes the puzzle, the optimization puzzle, really, really interesting to us here. How we're going to be able to take our actions is that we have to draft a die. And when we draft a die, you have to draft a die that's either on the farthest left or onto the farthest right. So in this case, if I want to draft a white die, I need to either take this 2 or this 5. For the black, it's either going to be a 1 or a 5. And if it's either going to be for the red, it's going to be either be 2 or a 5. When you draft the dice, you will then have to assign it to an action spot here out onto the board. And there are 7 areas where you can place your die. You can place them into one of the 5 rooms in the castle here. And when you do that, you are going to have to put it on one of these spaces, either the 4 or the 3. It's going to either, when you place a die, it's either going to cost you coin in order to go in space, or you're going to get coin, depending on the difference of the dice. So for example, if I wanted to place the 2 die into the castle space, if I wanted to put it on this 3 spot here, it would actually cost me 1 coin in order to do that. Whereas if I had this 5 and I wanted to go onto this 3 spot here, I would actually get 2 coin in order to do that particular action. So there is something about taking the higher value dice in order to take the actions. But if I do take the lower values over here, notice that there's this little lantern icon beside all the low values, and that lantern icon matches the lantern icon on our player boards here, which means if I draft this dice and I put it onto one of these action spaces, I'll actually get to activate my lantern space. And however many resources that lantern produces, I'm going to produce all of those resources, and then I'm going to actually get to take my action. So there's something to be said about actually taking the low value dice in order to get that lantern action. There is also there are the castle spaces. You will place the die there. Let's just say I did place the 5. Let's just say maybe the black one's even better an idea. So if I put the black dice here, then I'm going to actually see if I can activate any of the actions part of that room. So in this case, putting the black dice here is actually going to get me 2 iron, and then I can spend a Daimio seal in order to take a courier action area. So you just match up the color on the dice and just be able to take those particular actions. Otherwise, there is the well down here where you can place any amount of dice. It starts with the value of 1, so it's a really good place to get some money. And in our game, it's actually a really good place to get some money, because when you place your die here, you're also going to get a Daimyo seal, and you're also going to get 2 coins randomly set up from our little bit of a setup there. Down in the right hand here is the outside of our of the castle here, and this is where you're allowed to assign dice to take one of the 2 actions beside it. So in here, you can actually take a garden action or a courier action, and over here you can either take a courier action or a soldier action space. So that's kind of a way to actually activate those spaces. And then we got 3 spaces on our player board, which are all 6s. So you either are going to have to pay or use a high valued 6 in order to activate it. And what you'll do is you'll actually gain the resources of the row that you have unlocked, because as these meeples come off, you're going to actually start producing more and more resources for yourself. And then after you produce the resources, then you'll also get to take the action on your card here. So for me, my starting action is that I actually get to take a soldier action. Yeah, so then there's the 3 main actions that you're going to take after you drafted your dice and you've placed it out onto the board. There is the courier action. So the courier action would be taking one of your courier meeples and putting them into the gate. That costs you 2 coins in order to place it into the gate. And then if you want to advance your courier up the castle, hopefully getting it to this most prestigious spot here, you're going to have to spend Mother of Pearl in order to advance it up the castle. 2 Mother of Pearl allows you to advance 1 level. 5 Mother of Pearl allows you to advance 2 levels up the castle. The other action is going to be the garden action. So if I ever trigger the garden action, you're allowed to place one of your garden meeples out into the garden here. You have to pay the associated amount of food in order to place your meeples down there. And then you actually get to take the action that is beside that particular garden action. And having gardeners out here is actually pretty good for at the end of the round, because if there's dice left over on a bridge connected to that area, you'll actually be able to activate that spot once again. And then lastly, there is the soldiers action, which allows you to recruit some soldiers into these areas. And soldiers are going to cost you iron. So it costs 1 iron to place here, 3 iron here, 5 iron over there. And then you also get to take the associated action with that particular spot. And then every single one of those meeples that get placed out onto the board are going to score you some points in some sort of fashion. For couriers, 1 point per courier left at the gate. But then as you go up the levels, these ones are worth 3 points on this level, 6 points on this level, and then a prestigious 10 points on that last level. Garden actions, it's just whatever the card says here. So some of them are worth 5 points, 3 points, 1 point. 7 points, 5 points, 7 points. So wherever you put your garden there. And then soldiers are worth either 1 point or 2 points per courier that's inside of the castle. So if you're kind of going with couriers into the castle, you kind of maybe also want to do soldiers that way as well. Oh, and Tyler says, oh, he's wishing that he could set this up onto his desk so he can play along. I wish you could play along too, Tyler. That would have actually been really, 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 really nice. Okay. I think I have covered most of everything. As things start coming up, I will address them throughout the game. Gameplay does go by relatively quickly. Like I said, there are only 9 actions for the entire game, but I will suffer some lots of analysis paralysis throughout this game. Just letting you know. All right. Okay, so the dice have been rolled. We are up first, and then of course the automa is going to the solo player. They're going to be controlled by this deck of 9 action cards. And I'll just give a quick little shuffle here, and I'll give it another shuffle before they end up taking their first turn. So I'll just kind of shuffle that up there, and I'll set it off to the side here. All right, so I guess my very first thing that I need to look at the board here, and let's try to look at the board and see where we are going to try to focus our gameplay this one. There's going to be not a lot of double actions going on in this game, because lots of our lower levels, I've had games where there's lots of the double actions that are available, but this one they are not. So I thinking. Don't think too hard, Mr. Rau, because you might hurt yourself tonight. Let's try. Let's see here. We did start off with 2 food, 2 iron, and a mother of pearl. Maybe getting some soldiers out right off the bat, because I see putting out some soldiers does give us some resources, at least one. So let's just see, where can we do a soldier action other than that's on our board? It is not over here, but I would need 4 food in order to trigger off that particular soldier action. So getting out soldiers is not that lucrative right now. There are many spots out here to get couriers out, so maybe we try to do that. Let's try to get some couriers out, and then we'll try to get some soldiers out as well. So I'm thinking right off the bat here. I am thinking right off the bat. Do I want? No. Okay. I will draft the 5 black die, and I will put it onto this spot right here. So I am going to get 2 coin for doing that. And then I'm going to actually take the action. So the first one that I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab my 2 iron. So now I'm up to 4 iron. And then up at the top here, it says I can spend a Daimio seal in order to take a courier action. So I will do that. I'll spend my Daimio seal, and I'm going to do a courier action. And my courier action is going to be, I can spend $2, 2 coin, in order to put out one of my courier meeples here into what they refer to as the gate. Now, if I actually had some mother of pearl, I only have 1 to start off with, but if I had some mother of pearl, I would actually be able to spend it right now in order to advance this courier into the castle, which I'm guessing I should probably. Was there any way for me to actually get that mother of pearl? I don't see it, unless if I did this action first with a white dice. If I did that with a white dice first. Okay, I'm just gonna stick with my original plan here. Okay, so that is the end of my action. I drafted the die, I put it down, and I did its couple things that I was allowed to do. All right. So now the Automa is going to go ahead, and they're going to take their turn. So what you're going to do is, after it's been shuffled here, you're going to draw the top card here. And now we're going to look at these 2 cards in conjunction with one another. So kind of like this. So this is going to say here, oh, I guess I forgot to do something after I drafted my die. Notice that there's no die left over here on the right-hand side. That means this die is going to actually just drop over to the edge. So now that there is something for somebody to draft. This card here says that it's going to take the leftmost black die. So it's going to take away that one right there. And they are going to place it into the spot outside of the castle, in between the courier action and the soldier action. So just like that. So they kind of just blocked that spot on us, and that's literally all they do. They don't actually have to spend any resources or coins, which is really, really quite cheating. But that's the way it's going to do. And now we actually have to do the actions on the rightmost card. And so this one says they are going to put a courier into the gate, and then they are actually going to get 2 passage of time points. So 2, they go up 2. Actually, they go up 2. We should start off of the board. 2 points. And they also get 1 coin, which I'll just put off to the side here. That is their turn. They're all about collecting coins, because they're going to turn in those coins for victory points at the end of the round. Alrighty, so now it is up to us to figure out what is going to be our next action. And boy, oh boy, let's try. Do I have a? I don't see, like, I could take a garden action. I could have taken a soldier action, apparently, if I went to the outside here. but I think I am going to come over here and I think I'm going to do a garden action. And I am going to take the 5 red. Let's just think about that. Sure, I'm going to take the 5 red. I'm going to come and I'm going to do the garden action. So it's a 5 on a 5, so I don't get anything, but I don't have to pay anything either. I'm going to do this garden action here, and I have a couple choices. Since I have 2 food here, I could spend all 2 food to put a gardener here and get myself 2 seals, or I could pay 1 food up over here, and I could take 2 resources of my choosing. And Tyler's going to give me a couple reminders here saying, remember, you can always trade 2 seals for 1 resource or 1 seal for 1 money as well. Yep, that is printed up at the top of our board right here. And it says, would be huge if you could take the 2 resources garden area. That is exactly what I'm looking at doing. So I'm going to spend 1 food, and I take one of my gardeners here, and I'm going to place it into that 1 garden area. And I'm going to grab 2 resources of my choosings. And I'm thinking, am I going to go heavy garden this time around? Kind of almost makes it look like that I could go heavy garden. Or do I take some mother of pearls do I take some mother of pearl so I can advance up to the castle? Or do I take some more iron so that I can get out a lot more soldiers later on? Who natty? See, this is where this is the tough choice. Which resources am I going to take here so that I can hopefully chain some actions together in the near future? Let's try. What are my 2 resources that I'm going to grab? Do I take 2 of the same, or do I take 2 different? Definitely mother of pearl. Yeah. Let's try. I'm just going to take 2 mother of pearls, giving me a total of 3 now from that action spot. Okay, that was my actions place. So we will draft that die down to the bottom here. We will now reveal the next part. So they will take the leftmost red die, and they will put it into the garden, but that place is already blocked, so they are actually going to take that, and they'll just put it into the well. And when they go into the well here, they are going to, they do gain coins, so they are going to gain 1 coin. And oh boy, I've never had coins in the well here before. I don't know if they actually take those coins, because I'm just saying here, your rival never pays for anything. Your rival never activates any action to place any die or any members of their clan. Yeah, they take coins, but they never the resources. But it also says here that they don't activate any actions to place any die or any members of their clan. During the game, your rival does not obtain any resources. They only receive coins. Your rival. Okay, so I'm gonna play this that they actually do get those coins. They'll actually also get those 2 coins, which is actually not great for us at all. Okay, and then they are also going to place one of their soldiers into the 1 iron space, and then their courier is actually going to go 2 spaces upwards. Oh, that's actually really, really, really rough. So they do have a courier here, and they are going to go 2 spaces up. So they're going to go to one of these 2 spaces, and essentially going to reset one of those cards here. So perhaps I'm just going to let them go up here to this spot, and they will discard that card, and therefore revealing a new one. Woohoo, 3 resources. Sweet. Okay, now we are going to go with our last action. Our last action here, which I'm thinking maybe one of these white dice. Yeah, perhaps. Perhaps one of these white dice will be very beneficial to us. Just kind of taking a look around here. Tyler says here, it says they only gain money for the die differential, so it should be 1 since the die is a 2. Yeah, okay, so they didn't actually gain the 2. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. They don't actually gain those 2 coins from the actual well spot. They only just gain from the differential. That's what I thought. I just never actually had coins in the well before. All right, so I'm just looking at which die do I want to draft. And then I could actually get some more food if I drafted the 2, but then I'm going to have to pay some coin. Not a lot going for us this time around. So actually, you know what? I'm going to take the 2. That's going to activate my lantern, which gets me a food. So I'll go up to 2 food here. And I'm actually going to take this and I'm going to place it out over... Do I just grab myself a whole buttload of resources right now? Up here, if I just spend 2 coins, I can get 3 resources. Would be huge. Or over here, I could just pay 1 coin. I get myself a Daimio seal, and I could actually also then just get 1 resource of my choosing. Or I could come over here, spend 2 coin, and take a courier action, which actually might not be too terrible for us at this time. Oh gosh. See, this is going to be very painstaking. Oh my goodness gracious. Do I just set myself up for the next 2 rounds for lots of resources? Oh no, I don't like this choice. I don't like this choice at all. But I'm thinking I will. Yeah. 3 resources and then hope White Castle their next turn. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna. Yeah. Okay, let's try it. Okay, so I'm gonna have to pay 2 coin to take that action spot, and I'm gonna get 3 resources of my choosings. I can then probably take. I'm gonna take a 1, 2. Actually, I can just go 1, 2, 3. No, I'm gonna go all mother. I'm gonna go all mother of pearl. I'm gonna go all mother of pearl on that one. Just hopefully I can take some big actions here in the near future. Okay, that is all I'm going to do with that one. The Automa is going to take their last turn, which they are going to draft the middle white die, which it is not available. It got shifted here. So they are going to actually reveal another card. And they are going to take the rightmost white die. And they will place it into the area here. They can't since it's already blocked for them. So they are going to come back to the well again. They are going to get 4 coin for that. Okay, so they got a lot of coin here, but now they revealed 2. They revealed more than 1 card, so then now they are going to activate 2 cards for themselves, which is, I think this is the part of the game where it's broken for the Automa, when they actually get to activate 2 of these players, 2 of these actions. So not only are they going to put a samurai into the 5 spot here, they're also going to get 2 passage of time and 1 victory point. Then they're going to come over here. They're also going to put a gardener on the rocky shore and the lowest point value, which is over here with us. And then they're going to get another passage of time point and 2 victory points. And there we go. So then that is the end of the round. So now at the end of the round here, I am just going to double check here, but at the end of the round, we are going to now evaluate who is first place in turn order. That is this passage of time track. So they are clearly defeating us in that regard. They are clearly defeating us in that regard. And we are now going to score them some points here in the first round of the game. Since they are in the first turn position, every 3 coins that they can spend, they're going to get 1 victory point. So they have 6 coins, so they are going to score 2 victory points. I believe that's up to 5. And we are now going to take a look at the bridges that can activate. So if a bridge still has dice left over, we actually get to activate the gardeners here. So we get to activate our gardener, and they are going to get to activate. When they activate, they just score a victory point, which for whichever round they're in. So they're up to 6 victory points. And we're going to get 2 more resources, which I kind of really, really like. And I'm thinking I'm going to grab another iron, and I'm going to grab another food in this case. Am I going to grab a food? Oh dear goodness gracious. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to grab a food. And that is the end of the first round. Oh my goodness gracious. So we are getting our butts kicked right away here. So we'll move down into round number 2. We will shuffle their little action deck here together. And then we're going to collect the dice, and we are going to roll them. And yeah, so you can see here, if I wasn't doing as much explanations, if I wasn't doing as many explanations here, I would actually be flying through this at a pretty decently brisk pace. I'm going to grab all of the dice. Okay, let's pray for some good rolls. Not very good for white. A 1, 1, and a 3. For red, it's a 1, 3, and a 4. And then for black, it is a 2, 4, and a 6. Okay, well, 6. Okay, there we go. And they get to go first for themselves. So they are just going to flip over, and they will take the rightmost white dice, and they will put it into the area over here. And it looks like that they're going to put another gardener out into the lowest victory point space available on the one side. So that's going to be over here. And then look at this. They get another passage of time and another 2 victory points. Cheaters. Cheaters. Okay. Well, we've got to take some big actions here. I got a funny feeling we need to take some actions. This one's going to slide over to here. All right. Well, what action am I going to have to take here? Probably try to take a courier action. I'm just trying to take a look here. I can also maybe do a gardener action here. I'm just taking a look here. I am going to grab this black 6. It's going to drop the 4. Oh boy, that was a 4. Where are you, 4? There you go. That was a 4. I'm going to take the black 6. I'm going to put it into this area over here. So I'm going to get a coin. And I am going to do a, oh gosh, no, I thought that was the soldier. No, it's not the soldier action. I wanted to take the soldier action. I'm actually going to take this black 6, not do this one. And I am actually going to come up, and I'm going to go into my area over here, my player board area. That's going to get me 2 iron, Bada bing, bada boom. And I actually get to take the soldier action space here. And I'm going to, for my soldier action, I'm going to spend 1, 2, 3 of my iron to put out a soldier into this area. That's going to allow me to take a garden action. And for my garden action, I am going to spend, gosh, what is it here? There's 2 or 3 food. I could take this one over here for 3 food, but I don't have the 4 coin to activate its spot here. So I think I am just going to actually spend 3 food to put my other gardener here into this spot to take the well action, which will then get me a Daimio seal and 2 more coin. So there is one of those things where you can find a nice chaining of events that happen, from placing a die here to get some resources to activate this spot, where I went over here to activate that spot, which I went over here to then activate that spot to then activate here. That was a pretty darn big turn, but still I don't think it scored me as many victory points as I think it's gonna for these other guys that are gonna get here. Okay, let's do the automa turn, which is going to be, they take the blackmost die, but there is no middle black die, so we're going to flip that one over again. And they're going to take the leftmost black die, and they will come over into this area, which is already blocked, so they are going to come over here to get 1 coin. And then let's see what they're going to do here. They're going to put another courier into the gate, and then they are going to advance 1 space. Interesting. Let's cycle this spot out. So they're going to advance 1. We're going to discard that card over there just to bring this over here. Oh, a Daimyo seal to activate a garden area. That could be, just need some food here. And then over here, they're going to put another courier into the gate, and then they're going to get another victory point, another space, and they get 3 coins this time around. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, so that's their action turn. What are we going to do? Would like to use that. Yep, let's use this one. We're going to use this black die right here. And I am going to put it right here for a 1 coin. All right, what do we get? We get 2 iron, and then we can spend a Daimyo seal in order to take a courier action. I will spend 2 coin to put another courier into the gate. And I do have a bunch of mother of pearl in order to get me some things. So I am thinking I am going to spend, here's the thing, do I just go up 1 level, or do I go actually spend it all to go? You know what I'm going to spend 5 to go up 2 levels. I'm going to come over here so that I'm going to claim this card. So this is how this works. Whichever level you end on, you actually get to claim that card. That card is now going to become your new action card on your player board. And this card that was once your action card actually gets flipped over and is now going to produce a resource for you when you get to take a lantern action. As soon as it comes onto your player board here, what you do is you actually get to activate the white bannered area, which is going to get me 3 more resources. And I am thinking, since there are ways to now activate gardens and whatnots, or I do want to activate some more courier actions in the future, but I think there's ways to get more gardens. So I'm actually going to take 3 food in this case, this time around. Okay, and then that action space is going to get refilled with, okay, there we go, a soldier action. Not bad at all. Okay. This is going to be their last turn. So they'll draft the middle red die. And they'll place it on this spot right here. And that doesn't get them any coin. They will put a soldier in the 1 area, and the courier is going to move 2 spaces up. And I think that the way that, okay, now if I remember correctly on how this is, how this actually works for the solo to move the courier up, since they have multiple couriers, I think, move your rival's courier that is lowest in the castle hierarchy. Okay, so it is the lowest one. So this one is going to go 2 spaces up. And which one do we want them to cycle? Let's let them cycle this card. Let's see what else we can get here, because I kind of like that one. Kind of like that one now. That one's going to come into play. Okay. Okay, our last die. Well. I am thinking I am going to... Oh, if I only just had a few more coin. If I only just had 1 more coin, and I don't even have a Daimio seal in order to do it. I thought I was going to do it this way, but you know what? Actually, I could probably do it this way then. I am going to take this 4. Yeah, and I'm going to put it onto this spot right here. Don't have to pay anything. I'm going to take the red action, so I'm going to take a soldier action. And by soldier action, I'm going to take... Just making sure that I'm doing this correctly here. The soldier action I'm going to take is I'm going to spend 5 iron to put a soldier into this area here, which is going to get me 2 points on the time track. Hey, I'm on to the time track now. And I also get to activate 1 die spot on the board here. And I'm thinking that the die spot that I'm going to activate, just going to take a look here. Oh boy. I could, yeah, you know what? My die spot that I'm going to activate then is going to be another soldier action. Another soldier action here, where I'm going to spend 1 iron to place out 1 soldier into this area, and I'm going to grab myself 2 more. I'm going to grab myself 2 resources, and my 2 resources I'm going to grab are going to be some mother of pearl. So I'm going to grab 2 mother of pearls this time around. Yeah. Okay. So then that is the end of this particular round. They are still way ahead of us. They are still way ahead of us onto this track. So they're going to stay in first place. They will convert 3 coins. In this case, since it's round 2, they're going to convert 3 coins into 2 points for themselves. And we are going to now activate the bridges. Since they have dice in this one, they are also, so that it's round number 2. So they're going to score another 2 points, but we get 2 resources. I am thinking my 2 resources is I'm going to grab another. I'm going to grab a, ooh, gosh. Just taking a look at my, I'm going to grab at least 1 more food, and I'm going to grab 1 more mother of pearl. And then there's still dice over here, so I actually get to activate this gardener again for a well action, which is going to get me a Daimio seal and another 2 coins. That's going to maybe come in big for me. Come in big for me here. Okay, they have leftover coins, so that's going to actually stay with them. So now we are going to go into round number 3. Turn over everything. We are just going to collect up the dice in order to go into the next one. And see, that is just how a game of the White Castle works. It just works ever so smoothly. And I'm thinking Ryan here was describing, he says, ooh, that is elegant. I'm thinking that was part of the, if I remember back, that was when we took the card, moved it down here, moved it to here, and then got to activate it. Okay, do we get anything good? Red dice might not actually be too terrible. 3, 4, and a 6. Oops, I forgot to roll a black die. There we go. A 2, 3, 4 for the black dice. And for our white dice, they're just bombing here. 1, 2, and a 3. Okay. Well. Let's try and... Oh, they get to go first. Never mind. I was going to say, what am I going to try to do? But they get to go first, so I'm just going to shuffle up their little deck here. The card flip was elegant. I may have moved to the living room to play and watch at the same time. The game is just so interesting. I like how simple the actions are, but man, the challenge of the game is what's drawing me right back in over and over and over again. Okay. So they are going first again. So let's just flip them over. So they are going to put a white, they're going to take the middle red and put it into this spot. They get a coin. Then they're going to take a soldier and put it into this area up here. And then they're going to get 2 more of these and another victory point. That is just highway robbery. Oh my gosh, I'm just kind of like adding up their points in my head here, and they got so many points. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 3, which is 18 points, plus these ones is another 9. It's 27 points, plus these ones another 4. They got 31 points in meeples right now. And I don't know if I have that. I definitely do not have that much going on here. So let's try and see what we can gain from our stuff here. All right, so trying to look here just to see if I can just do a. Okay, that's 3 coin for a soldier action, but I don't have any iron left. That is 4 coin to do your action over here. That's interesting. That's 3 more coin to put some more guys out onto the board. That is also very interesting. Which is you would need to have a lot of food in order to do that one, because you need 4 food in order to put the first guy down. Then you have 3 coin to actually, and then you have to have more food to put down another guy onto there. Oh boy. Yeah, you need to save up a lot for that one. Okay, so let's try and do a... I don't know what I want to do here. Definitely want some more couriers into the... Definitely want more couriers. Let's try... Oh, gosh. I don't know what I want to do here. Okay, I'm going to take this black 4. We're just going to shift this dice over. And I'm going to activate this spot to get me a coin. That's going to get me 2 iron. And then I get to spend a seal to take a courier action. So I'll spend a seal. I will spend 2 coin to put down another courier into the garden. And then I am going to spend, I don't have 5, so I'm going to spend 2 mother of pearl. Now what I could do is I can move one of these guys into the row here, essentially claiming another card and get to activate some stuff. Or I actually have the choice here is I can actually move this guy up into the upper level. He would be then worth 10 points, and then I would also get to take a lantern action, and I'd also get one of these 3 benefits. Which... which not a terrible idea. But I do want more couriers, since I have some soldiers out here. I do want some couriers up into the. Do want some more couriers into the area here. So I think I will. Interesting. Over here, I'm going to claim that card. So this one flips over. And I'll put this one down. And then I am going to grab a Daimio seal and another resource of my choosing, which I think I will grab a. Do I think I can? No, I'll grab another mother of pearl. Sure. And I think that is everything part of that. I think that was everything that was part of that action. Whew. They are going to draft the middle black dice, which is non-existent. So they will draft the rightmost red die. That is terrible for us. And they will go here, grab themselves an extra coin. And what are they going to do here? They are going to grab another one of these spots here, the one that they don't have a meeple on, which will be right there. Courier is going to move up a space. Okay. Able to move them up into this area. That's going to wipe out that card. And this one's going to like that. And then they are also going to place a guy into the gate, and then they are going to get another point on here and three more coin. Dang. Whoops, 3 more coin. Oh, okay. Hey, Angela. Welcome. He says, at work, so you're on mute, but dropping a like and watching. Absolute thank you very much, Angela, for your dedication and support. Even if I'm on mute, you do not get to hear that lovely gesture that I just gave. Somebody give Angela a hi and a like from Mista Rau. Okay, so now what am I going to do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. It kind of took that big red die away from me. So I'm thinking... Let's think here. Oh my gosh. Ooh, okay, there's got to be a better way to do some of these things. Castle, another courier action. I don't have enough mother. I don't have a lot of mother of pearl right now in order to do said such action. So, my gosh, this is just bonkers for me. Bonkers. Kind of want to gain some. Okay, where's the... Oh, no, wait. They blocked the garden action there. Is there another garden action? Nope, that garden action got blocked as well. So my best bet is try to chain into a garden action over there, but I don't have enough iron in order to do so. So that is lovely. My goodness gracious. Don't have enough iron in order to do that. Huh. Well. So that garden action is not there, but that one's not there as well. Oh my goodness gracious, I don't know how I'm going to be getting some more points here. So let's just try to take another courier action, I guess. Is that what I'm pigeonholed into trying to do? I'll take that. Actually, you know what? I'm actually going to take the leftmost dice. And triggering my lanterns, which gives me a food, a point on here, and my very first victory point of the game. And I'm going to go here, spend a coin, spend my Daimio seal in order to take a courier action, which I could probably put down another courier since they are worth points, but I think I'll just save my coins, but I am going to spend some mother of pearl. I'm going to spend 2 of them to get this guy going. And the one that I am going to wipe is going to be this one. This one's going to come over just like that. Place that one down. And I'm going to grab 2 iron, just like that. Okay, that one's going to get refilled, and there we go. So then we are going off to their last action, which is the leftmost white die into this spot, but that is not available. So they're going to come over here. They're not going to get any coin, but they are going to put a courier into the gate, and then they are going to get 2 more of these and a coin. My gosh, they are just rifling up that track, and I haven't been able to get anything going on it. My last action is going to be, my goodness gracious, my last action is going to be probably I wanted to take a samurai action, but then I'm not going to have enough coin in order to do the extra action left over. Dang it. Interesting. I didn't manage to. I did not play a very good game at all. Like I said, I'm terrible at this game. Oh my gosh. Or do I just do a? Oh no, but I don't have any mother of pearl in order to move up my people. Well then, so I think I am just going to have to. Oh, this one should have shifted downwards. Just realized that. Garden, nope. That, nope. That's okay. That's probably my. I don't even know if it's my best bet, but I'm just going to put it right here. It's going to cost me a coin, which is unfortunate for us here. Okay. And okay, so then I put a white dice, so it means I get a soldier action, which means I'm going to spend 3 iron to put out another soldier up here, which is going to get me a garden action. And my garden action is I'm going to spend is 4 food to put out a gardener into one of these areas, but I can't actually trigger any of them. I'll just put it there, because then if I had 3 coins, I actually would be able to put out another soldier, which would get me some more resources, but that is going to be, but I only have 2 coins, which are not enough to trigger that particular action. So that was my last, turn. That was my last turn. So here we go. So we are into the final round. They are kicking our butts here. So every 3 coins is actually going to be worth 3 points for them. So they have 6. So that's going to be that every 3 coins is, so that's going to be 6 points for them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Then they are going to score. There's dice left over on each of them, so that's another 9 points for them on that area. But we do get. Oh, here we go. So we do get 2 resources of our choosings. I'm going to 1, 2. Get some of those. Oh, wait. Yeah. 1, 2. Yeah, I'll take 2 resources. Then I get to take a well action. So then I'm also going to take a boom, and I'm going to also get 2 coins. And then I also get to activate him, which means I get to spend 3 coins to do another soldier action, which I will spend. I guess I have 3. I have 3, so I can put them up here to take a garden action, which I do have 1. Oh, wait, no, I can't spend just 1 food. Dang it. Well, or maybe I just spent, or maybe if I just spent just 1 food, actually just move them into here to grab 2 resources of my choosing, just because that's going to be worth a victory point at the end of the game. Okay, so that is all of that jazz. So now we are just going to go ahead and we're just going to score up wherever our meeples are across the board. So let's do let's do the Passage of Time track. So we didn't score any points, but they ended up scoring another 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For gardeners, we're going to score 1. Plus 5 is 6, plus another 7 is 13. So we are on the board up to 14, but they are also going to score a buttload of points. 1 and 3 is 4, plus 5 is another 9 for them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they are up to 43. Grab their 40-point marker to track along with them. Okay, let's go into the couriers. So, oh my gosh, they have so many. We got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 points. So if we're up to 26. But they get 6 times 3 is 18, 19. They get another 20 points. So they're up to 63. So 20. They're going to lap us. They're going to lap us here. And then we're going to do soldiers. Soldiers are, we're going to get 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 points times couriers in the, so 6 times another 3, that's another 18 points. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 18, up to 46. I'll take my marker there. And they're going to get a buttload here. They're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 1, 2, 3. So they get another 18 points as well. So another 20. That's going to be up to 43 minus 2. So they're up to 81. And I get 1 more victory point for my 1 mother of pearl. Woohoo. And that is, I believe that is, we don't have any resources left over we only have 1, 2. You get a point for every 5, but we only just have 2 here. So that is nothing, and they don't have anything over. So that was the highest point that that's the highest that the Automa's ever scored against me, and this was my best score so far of 47 points. So I'm hoping that I actually tracked everything correctly, but the Automa just absolutely that was the highest that they've ever scored against me here, unless if I did some adding of math wrong. But we weren't anywhere close to it. We weren't anywhere close. So that's the solo mode that comes out of the. Congrats both for high scores. yeah, that's the thing here. Offense. Hey, Vincent, welcome. Offense galore is the best. Believe you did it all right. Thanks, Tyler. I just say, it's yes. Hey, Vincent. Hey, how's it going? Okay, yeah. So the Automa here just absolutely just destroys me, and that's not even without giving them a little bit of And I really do believe that it is all stems from, sometimes they get to do two of these placements. If they ever have, like, if they can't draft a die, you have to actually reveal another card. So then they get to do two placements. I think that is absolutely broken for the automa. I really don't know how you really kind of mitigate this, other than you have to maybe really do some really good mental calculation on which dice have not been drafted, so that you try to alleviate them to only just taking one action instead of having to take two sets of actions. There is, I'm just looking at my time here. I don't think that I'm actually going to get to do another game tonight for my stream, but there is a really, really good extra solo mode that is on Board Game Geek here. I'm actually just going to pull it up here really quickly, because I actually should be able just to find it, because it was right here in my, yeah, there we go, files. It is this. See, I'm going to actually post it into the chat here, if anybody is interested in it. And it is the Ginkagawa clan. It is a fan made, but he does the user does lots of development of solo modes for Devir Games, and so this one was designers approved mode, and it's supposed to simulate. And now I have, like I said, I'm not going to be able to get to it tonight, but it's supposed to actually be able to simulate a player's, like the automa simulating a player's turn a little bit more. A little bit more closer, like where it's kind of like activating the actions, where it's actually placing the dice, or where it's placing the dice actually make a little bit more sense, type thing. So I'm actually going to try to give that one a shot here in the near future, because I did go to Board Game Geek and saying, wow, this solo mode is really, really difficult, and a lot of players actually agreed that it was very, very difficult in order to defeat. So I had to actually try it out, and then I came across this thread on the Board Game Geek. So, all right, well, that is a game of White Castle. Hopefully you're able to follow along really quite neatly. I did see that Tyler made a mention of it back a little bit ago. Let me see here. That yes, in 1 and 2 players, especially solo and 2 players, it's only just 1 dice per action spot here, so you get blocked out really quite easily. But in 3 or 4 players, and I would really like to play a 3 or 4 player game where you actually get to stack dice on top of one another. So essentially, and I believe what it says here, that you can only ever have 2 dice per spot, but so that they're not getting so blocked up, you can actually take and you can stack dice on top of each other, still having to either pay the difference or gain the difference in coins, based on where you end up actually placing your people. Okay, well, I definitely want to try that one out. And you know what? I think I am going to give this Ginkagawa area to try out that solo mode. And I think I want to make a video of trying out that solo mode as well. And Danny here is mentioning that she says, I think I'll try to find this game. Thanks for showing how the game plays. Yeah, absolutely, Danny. Thank you for joining in on the stream. It's always lovely to have you around. And yeah, it is, I don't know, I can't stop playing it because I'm trying to do better. Like I said, 47 points is my best score so far, and I hopefully that I just keep increasing. I don't know, I don't know, the randomness of the setup is so intriguing, because it is a complete. I did not manage to do anything up here. I can usually get really close or into that 6-point range, but I was just not triggering any, or being able to trigger many of the time tracks here. Maybe that's not what I was focusing on. Maybe I could have focused on more of taking a bigger gardener turn, try to get them. I did realize that I got all of my soldiers out, so I could have actually cashed in for a really big reward here. But notice that you actually don't get any extra actions along that way. You just kind of get a buttload of resources, which could have been something that I could have triggered at some point in time. So otherwise you can, or these ones when you have to pay the Daimio seal. So and enough about that. I like to thank everybody for joining me once again on this lovely Tuesday evening for a stream of the White Castle. Hopefully I showed it off enough that people are really, really interested enough to get this off their shelves of shame, Ryan, or maybe even picking up Danny. And yeah, so he says, thank you, Mr. Rau. I'm looking forward to replaying this on my first solo game. And that's right. I saw he says, wow, calling him out on the stream. not the shout out I was looking forward to. And it says, thanks for the stream again, Tyler. Thanks for joining us once again, Tyler. It's always nice having you into the chat here. Did you manage to get out there? Are you playing some more White Castle here? Because I don't know. I'm just, like I said, it's been set up on this table permanently for the past few days just because I just can't get enough of it. Even though I'm doing absolutely terrible, I don't know. I just keep thinking about the puzzle and how could have I done better? Could have I done better? Yeah. All right, everybody. I'm going to wish you have a great evening. And if you're watching this after the fact, make sure you have a great day or afternoon or an evening, depending on when you decided to watch this. And as always, thanks for watching, y'all. Cheers, everybody. Have a good night.